Welcome back to Grief Inspired. My name is Catherine McNulty, and here at Grief Inspired, we talk about all things related to grief, and I give you tools and ideas that you can use to help keep on living, because after all, that's what we're all just trying to do after a deep, deep loss. So today I want to get a little bit nerdy with you and talk a little bit about the stress response and explain to you why we can get so incredibly stressed out during the grief process, and how I've learned a tool that I want to teach to you that you can use to actually reprogram the stress response in your body and learn how to not be stressed out all the time. So I mentioned that I want to geek out a little bit on the stress response. There is the autonomic nervous system and the parasympathetic nervous system. Now, you don't need to remember those two names, but what you do know is the autonomic nervous system is what happens to you when you experience a stressful event. Maybe it's when you've lost your husband and you have to figure out how to fix the toilet on your own, the things that he used to do and you don't know how to do it, and you panic in terms of getting them done. Maybe it's fear of all of the things that you have to do with a will and testament and dealing with all the people, and that makes you really stressed out. Maybe it's fear of going out of the house because you don't know who you're going to see, who you're going to run into, and you really just don't want to deal with it. So it's anything that is going to make you really stressed. It's your autonomic nervous system that actually understands that you feel afraid, and it ignites this series of events, which we call the activation response, where it activates, gets you ready to deal with that perceived threat. And then once you've dealt with that threat, then it sort of starts to calm down. And it's the parasympathetic nervous system that helps to calm us down. And that's why all of the time here on this channel, I'm talking about things like breath work, breathing, deep breathing. I'm talking about meditation. I'm talking about calming down. I'm talking about doing things that soothe you, that make you relaxed, because it's very easy to be very excited and very nervous. There's a lot of talk that we have about panic and panic attacks, and anxiety and stress is really just, it's a part of the grief process that we really need to learn how to deal with. Now, what I found that's very cool is that there is a way, and it's a very simple way that I'm going to share with you that doesn't cost anything, that you can use to help you in these moments of stress to calm you down. And so before we talk about that, it's important to note that one of the things we have to be very careful with during the grief process and on our grief journey are all the little tiny things that build up our stress level. So these are all of the things that you have to deal with on a day in, day in basis that you're really not resolving, that you're kind of just moving forward, pushing through. I like the term, white knuckling. Sometimes we have to white knuckle through the day just to get through the day. And then we come home and we collapse on the couch just in exhaustion. And part of the reason why we're so exhausted, and this is what I learned, and I love this, is because you're not resolving your stress throughout the day, right? So the stress response, the fight, flight, or freeze response, is designed to get you ready, to get you in action, to resolve whatever the perceived danger or perceived threat is going to be. If you do not use that energy that your body has created, right? There's a whole biochemical reaction that happens that we can talk about as well. But what's important is your body gets ready. Your body gets ready to fight. Your body gets ready to flee. Your body gets ready to go to protect you. And when you push that down and when you don't release that energy, that's what's building up in our bodies. And that's what's really hard. And that's something that can actually make you really sick. And it's the thing that makes you, like I said, collapse at the end of the day on the couch. But just avoiding anything that is stressful for you isn't really the solution. The solution is figuring out how to resolve each of the small things that happens with you throughout the day. And that's why I just love this so much. So what you can do is you can actually train your body to experience the stressors of the day and then to relax your body in that moment and do it consistently throughout the day. And when you do that, you're actually training your body to be in a stressful environment, to be in the space of maybe the things that trigger you, or to deal with the situations that you have. Like I said, having to fix something that's broken in your house when you don't know how to do it. Maybe it's asking for help. Maybe it's going out and being fearful that you're going to see somebody that you know and you just don't want to deal with that. Any of the things, drop some different ones below that are the things that super stress you out. I think I also mentioned dealing with the will and testament. It's super stressful having to deal with all of that when you don't have a lot of energy. So let's talk about those things. Let's drop them below so that we all know what they are as it relates to grief. And then what I want you to do is learn how to resolve those in the moment. When we resolve them in the moment, we're actually using the energy that we have. We're dissipating the energy that your body has created in response to this perceived threat. And then you can actually calm down. And the ideal scenario and the thing that you can train yourself to do is to actually be in a place where you're in front of the very stressful environment, but yet your body can be calm. Now, I'm learning all these things from Emma McAdam. She has a YouTube channel called Therapy in a Nutshell. I love all the things that she does because she really breaks it down. And she has a lot of videos on stress and releasing stress. So if you are somebody who is completely stressed out and you're looking for more and more tools, she's definitely a fantastic resource. But what I want to share with you is one of the things that she said that she had learned from somebody who trained first responders, military, other people, doctors and nurses who are in high stress environments all the time. Because in order to deal with all of that stress, you need to know how to do what's called relaxed hypervigilance. So when you're hypervigilant, you're like ready, what could happen, right? I need to protect myself. That's what hypervigilance is. And so being in a relaxed hypervigilant state means you're ready. You're ready for whatever is going to happen around you, but you're also relaxed in that moment at the same time. And that's what you can train yourself to do, which I think is so phenomenal. So I'm going to invite you to go through this training with me, and it's a super easy thing that you can do to train yourself. And all you need to do is go to your app store and look for the Lotus Bud App. And I love this. It's free. You can download it. I've been using it on my phone. And what it has in it is it has a default setting. And you do this for maybe a week or so. And you can set times when it's on and off. But you basically set it to ring a mindfulness bell every 15 minutes. And when the bell goes off, it reminds you to do something to help resolve some of the stress that you might be having in your life. So some examples of things you can do are when the bell goes off, I remember, I start thinking about my body. Where am I feeling tension? And then I'll take a deep breath. Something else I do when the bell rings, if I'm in a moment where I'm feeling stressed, I tell myself, I'm safe, everything's okay, I'm gonna calm down. So it's really just developing awareness of how stressed you are and maybe what are some of the things that are what she calls in the video micro triggers to stress you out. And so if you're doing that on an ongoing basis throughout the day, you can actually teach yourself and move into that relaxed hypervigilance that I was talking about, that being calm throughout the day. And what I love about it so much is that it's actually like building a muscle, right? When in all of my courses and the things we talk about, when I teach you breath work, when I teach you some meditation, it's all practice. I want to bring it to you from the sense like we're trying this out, right? We're going to try it out. We're going to see if it works, especially anything relating to self-care. I'm going to tell you, try it. See if it works. And a lot of these, the more that you try them, the more that you use them, the more able your body is to get a trigger, to get a signal that says, wait a minute, I'm okay, I'm calm. So another example is my 4-7-8 breathing, where you breathe in for 4, you hold for 7, and then you exhale forcefully with pursed lips for 8. The more that you do that on an ongoing basis, once or twice a day, the more easily your body can relax. So it's training your body to relax. So this is the same thing, except it's using an app. There will be a bell that will ding every 15 minutes for you, and you can set your windows, like I said. And when that bell goes off, you can remind yourself, I'm okay, I'm safe, there isn't really a real danger. You're basically telling your body, like, I am okay. And then you're taking a deep breath. And when you do that throughout the day, multiple times a day, your body learns, like, it's okay. I don't have to be in this super stressed out, panicked, stressed environment all of the time. And for me personally, I love this so much because I think I've become accustomed to always being stressed and feeling like, well, my life is just stressful. And so I have all these things to do and I need to be really productive and I have to get this done and I have to get this done and I need to deal with this. And these things are all stressful. So I feel like I need to be stressed too. And so what I love about this is the answer to that is no, that's not true. You can be in a stressful environment. You can be dealing with stressful things and also be calm in the moment. So I want to encourage you to download that app if you want. It's called Lotus Bud. I would love to hear if it helps you. Like I said, I've already started using it, and I'm going to keep doing it for at least a few days and see if it really helps me calm down, because I'm confident that it will, and I think it's an ingenious idea. And I'm so grateful to Emma for bringing us this tool. So I'm going to make sure I will link her video below this one, so that if you want to watch the original video that I watched of hers, she has a little more science in it as well, which I'm totally geeked out on, and I love it because I have my science degree. But I know that you guys are more interested in the tools and how can you use these and how can you feel less stress and be more calm and get through this grief process so that you can keep on living. So let me know how it goes. Thank you as always for being here. Drop comments below. Let me know what you think. And as always, if I can be of support to you, I want to encourage you to reach out to me at griefinspired@gmail.com.